The Bank of Canada announced today that they are holding the overnight lending rate at 5%. This is their fourth consecutive hold. So they've been holding rates since last July. And really, this didn't come to a surprise to anybody. I think everybody saw this coming. Nobody was expecting a raise. And I mean, I think some hopeful individuals were hoping that they would lower rates. But after watching the entire press release myself, I think the big thing that comes out of this is actually just the language in which they used. I've been watching these press releases ever since interest rates started going up in 2022, and they constantly kind of warned Canadians that, hey, more rate hikes could be coming. They were kind of hinting that, just don't get too, comfortable because things could be getting worse. And I would say that this is the first press release that I've seen in a long time where they haven't really made any hints to rates going up. And in fact, almost made some hints that rates could potentially start coming down. They basically stated that if everything continues to go as planned, that they will start easing up on the rates. They're saying that the rate hikes that they have done are really just working their way through our economy, and they are bringing inflation down, which we've seen. In early 2022, our inflation rate was up over 8%, and now we're sitting at about 3.4%. They're expecting inflation to come down to about 2.5% by the later part of 2024, and then settling into the target rate of 2% in 2025. They did not make any indications as to when or what has to happen in order for rates to come down, but they did say that if everything stays in line, that we can expect that in the near future. But they also did say that, hey, if something does come up or something changes, because obviously there's so many factors at play here, if the price of gasoline goes up, if the price of transportation goes up, that is going to add costs, increase inflation, and could potentially result in more rate hikes. But they did have the sense of seeming that was very unlikely. So with all that being said, today's announcement was really just a reassuring announcement in my eyes. I think a lot of people went into 2024, hearing what the major institutions had to say about what's going to happen. And this announcement really just reassures everybody that everything's in line and nothing drastic has changed. And if everything goes to plan, that we are going to see rates start to come down at some point this year. I think the big question is when that is. And the next rate announcement is March 6th. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens because those are, interestingly enough, right in the middle or in the start of the spring real estate market. So I know last year, they paused rates at the beginning of March, which seemed to instill a lot of confidence into the market. And we did see prices drastically increase in the spring market last year, even with the higher interest rates. And although if they do, hold, or even if they lower the interest rates at the next announcement, is that going to make a huge difference in terms of the affordability of real estate? Absolutely not. Could it change the market sentiment and how people feel about getting into the market? Absolutely. But I really think that everybody's kind of just calmed down a little bit. And a lot of the transactions that we're seeing are just more people who need to make a move rather than speculative investors who are just trying to get in before the market races up. And while I do think that 2024 is going to be a good year for growth, I don't think that this is a situation where we're going to see double digits appreciation by the end of the year and you need to get in now or else you're going to miss out big time. Our price is going to rise in the spring. I can almost guarantee it. They do every single year the same way that they did last year. And I think that even right now, a lot of people are surprised at how quickly the market has responded. I think a lot of the inventory came off the market in November and December. A lot of people just wanted to take their properties off the market for the holiday season. They saw that they weren't moving. The market was so slow. So they're like, you know what, let's just take it down and we'll put it back in January, February, March, or into the spring season. And now we're seeing inventory at low levels. And I know in the freehold market, I'm working with a ton of clients and sellers who are seeing multiple offers. I would say about 75% of the freehold homes under 1.5 million in the core of the city are holding back offers and expecting multiple selling over ask. Is anybody going bananas for these homes? No, I mean, I feel like they're going for reasonable prices, but for a seller, they're having the confidence of knowing that they can list their home, they can get a lot of people through the doors, they can get multiple offers to choose from and get a very fair price for their home. Now, in terms of the condo market, we are seeing activity start to pick up again. I know I had a couple listings that were very slow on showings in November and December, and now I'm getting more showings on one day on a Saturday or Sunday than I did in the entire month, the month before. But again, it's a little bit slower in the condo market. We still have so much inventory with the condos that we're going to have to just let that inventory shrink down before we can expect prices to really start to drastically go up. So putting everything together, I think today was a very positive announcement. I think it helped reassure a lot of people that, hey, we're heading in the right direction. If everything falls according to plan, which it has been for the last 6 months or so, we're going to somewhat get back to a normal, environment, and, affordable rates are slowly coming back, which is great for the buyers and for the buyers who want to get in before the market maybe heats up and prices start to increase. Hey, go get your pre-approval, start keeping tabs on the market, watching what's happening, and see if there's a deal out there that you feel good about and you can get in before prices increase. If you're a seller, really reassuring that, hey, buyer activity is returning to the market. People are starting to get interested again. If you're looking at downsize, upsize, make a lateral move, that you can be able to put your home on the market, get a sufficient amount of showings, and stir up some interest and potentially some offers to help make that move, which we weren't really able to guarantee in November and December. That's my take on the announcement. Really good news. Like I said, I'm going to keep monitoring everything because obviously it changes week by week in this crazy fast-paced market. If anybody has any questions, feel free. Reach out to me directly. I've left a link down below where you can book a call directly, or you can just comment down below and we can touch base there. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.